people talking in the background. It's weird.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
And we're redirecting to YouTube.
All right.
Okay, and we're ready to go.
All right, whenever you're ready.
Okay. Hey everybody, welcome to at the Devil's Ball, our monthly little video that we put up. We didn't get a chance to do one prior to the election day episode. We would thought about doing that, but then the election day anxiety took care of that. And then it's interesting, of course, that we had a whole plan for this month that is ultimately not coming to fruition, and so that's cool. And it's making it makes things more interesting. I think we've actually
adapt and improve. You know, that's
I think our idea for the rest of this month is actually better than what we had. We were gonna do werewolves. I don't think either one of us were that excited about it.
I mean, I love the original werewolf films, but yeah, and Ginger Snaps, obviously. But you know, we can come back to those whenever we like. It's not a time of the year specific kind of thing. There's a full moon every month apparently now. I don't know if you knew that.
There is absolutely. So election day came and went. We did our episode on Dead Zone, and election day went on for 4 days, and it's still technically going on. I mean, it's been called, but that doesn't mean it's over, unfortunately. And then, of course, we got the whole anxiety with Georgia and whether or not we're going to have a blue Senate.
I don't think we're going to get so lucky as to have a blue Senate, but it's possible.
It is possible.
I'm hoping. I mean, the big story, the leading story is the no future for Stilson. You know, that's thank God's God, dog, the flying spaghetti monster, whatever you want, that we got Trump out. But I can't help but feel a little disappointed by how slim a margin we managed to
I think everybody is. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how it played out in Missouri, but I'm in Cleveland. We're a very blue section of a very red state. And
I think the same is here.
It's always a little bit disappointing when that happens. And Trump won in Ohio by about 9 points, which is just disgusting to me. But gift horse in the mouth.
Well, I mean, you want to talk about
he's leaving.
You want to talk about. I mean, I don't live there anymore in Maine, but Maine still voted Susan Collins.
Yeah, I saw that. That was
for another term, and that's deeply disappointing.
I say that a lot. I said that a lot with Trump, and I feel that a lot with Collins. Like, what does she have to do to actually get the people in Maine to turn on her? Because it's ridiculous, It's
in the two major population centers they have.
Right.
It's the same thing you're talking about, where Maine considers itself to be a deeply independent state. And so
I get
what happens is you have, we have actually one of the two independent senators is Maine. Angus King is a Maine senator, and we're very proud of him. We like him.
He's pretty good.
So that's the thing is Bernie Sanders is the other one. So if Georgia does somehow go blue and there's a senator, we know that those two independents will end up giving the Democrats a majority. But the thing is that outside of where I'm from, Portland, Maine, which is which is Maine's big city, and then Bangor, which is sort of its biggest, is the one that Derry, Maine is based off of in it.
Right.
They're relatively blue. And then but then there's Lewiston, Auburn, which is the other major metropolitan area. They tend to be split.
What city?
It's Lewiston and Auburn. We call them Lewiston.
Oh, okay. I thought it was one word. I've never heard of that city before.
They're called.
Yeah, I got you now.
They're basically now called. They're called one word by people in Lewiston.
Okay.
But it's Lewiston. Auburn goes. I think it's Auburn goes blue, Lewiston red. But then and then of course there's this whole population area of northern Maine, which are people whose good idea is hate crimes and shooting animals.
Yeah, and it's the same thing here. We have Cleveland, we have Columbus, we have Cincinnati and Dayton. You know, those are our big metropolitan areas. Those usually turn blue, but the rest of the state thinks it's the deep South. You know, it's Confederate flags everywhere, and you know, it's just it's like they dropped bombs on all the big cities with like intelligence, and then everything else just, you know, it's the wastelands.
So well, there's probably a correlation to like there are schools there too, like colleges. Like Portland has University of Southern Maine. Bangor is right next to Orono, which has University of Maine in general. So I mean, I think that probably all has a lot to do with it. You know, population of youth, educated people, that type of thing. But yeah, anyway, so election talk. You know, hopefully this will all work out.
I mean, we're for right now. It looks like we still have McConnell, which is a big stick in the mud, I guess would be to putting it kindly. He's cancerous tumor of a human being. But hey, man, Johnny took a shot at Stilson. Stilson held up the baby. Stilson's gone. I can't help but be happy about that. If this was your first time voting this year, thank you very much.
Agreed.
Do it again every single time. Remember, all politics is local. Always.
And keep in mind, and in 4 years, Biden, assuming there's no shenanigans that causes him to not be president, has already claimed he's only running for one term. So keep in mind that in 4 years, and then people are already talking about Trump's already talking about running again. Although I don't, he's gonna be able to.
I doubt he's gonna be able.
He's gonna be.
I have very little faith in that happening, but
the problem is, however, that the GOP is going to find somebody just fucking like him to run. So keep in mind is that we're going to have to do this again in 4 years.
And even before then, you're going to have local elections. You're going to have mayors. You're going to have senators, and you know, House of Representatives, and those are the ones you want to watch because they're the one, and local and like state legislatures need to be done because that's where the real shit happens.
Absolutely.
The president has a lot of power, but he's a figurehead. You guys really need to watch your legislature.
Absolutely. So yeah, that done. Let's we're a horror film. In case you forgot, we are actually a horror film.
It turns out. Yep.
So we did miss we were gonna do werewolves. That didn't quite happen.
I forgot one of my main rules, that I let the stress of the election get to me, and stress of trying to set up a new actual job get to me, and I had a couple of days of insomnia that laid me on the ass. So sorry guys, I forgot to practice self-care. I don't know what else to tell you.
All 5 of you that listen to us every week, we're sorry. But yeah, so we did that, but I think it's actually going to work out because I think our lineup for November is actually, I think, stronger now.
We're going to have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah. Before we do that lineup, we got a couple of announcements. Sam, you got an announcement from one of our friends.
Yes. We did an episode on Psycho Ape with Addison Binek, and we told you when that happened. That was a lot of fun. I told you when that happened. The DVD was coming soon, and it is now out. You have to go to eBay and search for Psycho Ape because they don't have a distributor, but it's $20 shipped. I don't think you're going to regret it. It's a lot of fun if you're into
a fun film. If
you're into cheesy B movies and spoofs, you're going to have a good time.
Yep, it's a great film. So yeah, check that out. And I think I don't think he'll mind us saying you can find him on Facebook and Twitter, and he'll be more than happy to tell you where to find a DVD as well.
Right.
Or talk to us.
I'm
we're at Devils AT, Devils_AT. I'm at Film Hurts. Sammy's at SamAL. Shoot us a bit if you want to watch Psycho Ape. Let us know. We'll be able to direct you in the right direction.
Yep.
The other announcement on my end is just today I started up a second podcast because I'm a masochist.
Yes. And glutton for punishment.
Yep. However, it's I'm kind of second fiddle on it. My good friend Sarah Sin, who did Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2 with me, my technically my very second guest. She was my second guest.
Yep.
You were my first guest. Right. Then you became the co-host anyway, so you don't count anymore. But then it was BR Sivany, and then it was Sarah. But Sarah did Nightmare 2 with me, and now she got the bug, and so she wants to do a podcast. So Sarah Sin's Horror Menagerie. We do not have we're not going to have its own Twitter page. But if you check out my Twitter page or her Twitter page, I'm not going to give out hers.
Yeah.
But you can find that. And we did an episode today on Reanimator. We put that up already. That's available on Spotify, at least right now, Anchor. That's on Reanimator. It was a lot of fun. We as was the case with Sam and I, Sarah and I have some work to do on getting our chemistry down. So it's a little bit of an awkward episode, but we had a good time doing it. And but it's all basically all run by Sarah. Sarah makes decisions of what we watch. Sarah guides the conversation, elevating a female voice in
always a good thing.
Always a good thing. And I'm just there to be second banana and do the Frank Conniff get you thing.
So you finally made your dream come true of being Frank Conniff.
Frank Conniff, second banana. Yeah. So and she's a wonderful host and a wonderful person, and I think you'll enjoy listening to her listen to horror films. Talk about horror films.
I mean, I only know her a little bit, and obviously I listened to the episode Nightmare 2, and it was really good. So I'm looking forward to seeing this one. Later on tonight.
And then, our big announcement this month, which is really what we probably should have led with, honestly. Is we've decided to do. We were originally going to plan on doing one. We decided to split it into 2 nights. We're going to do our End of Supernatural special. We're both big fans of that show. That show is ending after a historic 15-year run. It's some might say finally. Others might say, unfortunately, ending after 15 years.
Right.
And the first
on their own terms too. I mean, it's not.
And on their own terms, they made that decision.
Right.
Despite almost being canceled at least twice.
Right. And despite going on 3 times as long as what the original plan was, and they still managed to keep it
we'll talk about that on the special. There's a little bit of I think there's a little bit of a miscommunication on that among fandom, but we'll talk about that when we do the special, I'm sure. But we're gonna do that. It's gonna be 2 nights. We're gonna be doing doing it live on YouTube at 7 p.m. Eastern, because we keep getting our time zones mixed up. Make sure that's said. But on Friday the 13th, this coming Friday, 7 p.m., we're doing part 1. Sam is insisting we call it The Road So Far.
Right.
We're gonna have Sam's lovely wife on, Jen, again. Absolutely. Our good friend Nastasia, the Khaleesi, who's becoming a regular collaborator on our show. She's coming back.
Yeah, we can't do Supernatural without her. I mean,
she's died in the wolf fan of that show since it got started. She actually told me today, I don't think she'll mind me saying this, when I was talking to her about doing it. She said, if I told you I had a shelf full of Supernatural t-shirts, I'd be lying, because I have 2.
Exactly.
So she is a huge fan of the show. She's coming back. She's going to do both. I think Jen's doing both as well.
I believe so.
Maybe.
Yep. Yeah, I believe so.
And then we'll have a couple other people with us as well. We're going to do that round table style like we did with our Halloween special. Probably try not to run as long as our Halloween special, but we'll do what we got to do. Right. But that's going to be 2 nights. The first one's going to be on Friday the 13th, 7 p.m. The second one is going to be on Saturday the 28th at 7 p.m. That one's going to be called Carry On, which is actually the name of the final episode as well. So we might want to change that. And so the general idea
we can call it Wayward Sons.
We can call it Wayward Sons. Yeah. Wayward Children, Wayward Podcasts. But the first one, the Friday the 13th one, is going to be predominantly talking about the show and our predictions about how the show's going to go. Obviously, the show has done some pretty weird shit in these last few episodes. I'm not going to say that here, but check that out. And then on the 20th will be we decided to do it a week after the end of it because Nastasia is probably going to be crying for the entirety of that.
And I have this thing about not going into something with just a bag full of hot takes. I like to have time to ruminate on things.
Technically, this will be our one exception to our general rule. We don't do new stuff.
But it's been on for 15 years, and we're 15 years. It's not new.
Yeah. So yeah, but that's so that's gonna be happening on the 13th and the 28th, 7 p.m. on YouTube. We'll also then release it as an actual audio episode as well. So that's really exciting. We're really excited about that. And then we'll have a couple of other episodes that are kind of fun. A couple of films that we like. So, and then we'll move on to, I guess Christmas isn't canceled because
not yet.
Not yet. But we were literally half kidding about not doing holiday movies in December if Trump won another term, because we were like, Christmas is canceled. We're just gonna do like Salo, 100
well, yeah, because if he had won, I was gonna have to be out in the field in the war on Christmas the entire time, anyways. I in the trenches,
Yeah.
But now maybe we can take a week off. Call it armistice.
We'll do. I was gonna say we'd be doing Salo, 120 Days of Sodom,
right, a Serbian film,
Antichrist. Lars von Trier all month long.
would have done an entire month of funny games. Just go back and forth between the versions.
Yeah, the two versions
twice.
Games.
Yep.
Ingmar Bergman's Hour of the Wolf.
Right. Yeah, that should be fun.
But so it'll be fun. We're gonna have our 2 nights of Supernatural. We're gonna do a couple of really, really wacky, special effects laden, bizarro films. They're both really, really popular. One's really popular. The other one,
the other one's getting there. I mean, it's
got a cult following.
I've seen the cult grow over the last few years, and I don't want to spoil it, but I've seen it growing a lot.
Yeah, and I don't want to say what it is right now either, but I'm excited to do it because I actually did it. I did a live riff of it for my birthday like 15 years ago, and cool. At a bar, and it went poorly, but it
went about as good as those things usually do at a bar.
It went poorly, and I'll talk about that. I'm sure when we do the episode.
I was gonna say, if you're not a cover band and you're at a bar, you're probably gonna have a bad night. It's just
the movie riffing thing went okay. I mean, we did that. We did about 12 shows overall.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, but but that particular one didn't go that well. But due to some other issues that we'll talk about when we do the episode. Once again, I'd like to say thank you to everybody that's been watching us. We're coming up on the end of the year. Yep. We've been now active, I think, 3 months. We're coming up on that.
Yeah.
I started in September, I guess. So October, November. We're coming up on the end of our 3rd month, which is astonishing to me. So thank you very much for listening. Please, I'm not too proud to beg, retweet and share our posts.
Follow us, listen to us, watch us on YouTube, do all the things, and also all the stuff. And
tell your therapist.
And don't forget to check out Psycho Ape. And
absolutely,
I keep forgetting the other podcast name. I'm so sorry.
Saracen's Horror Menagerie.
Right. I keep trying to do this. My brain keeps going to the movie The Sinful Dwarf, and I'm like, I know that's not right. I know that's not right.
No, Sinful Sarah's Horror Menagerie. Sarah's a great host. I think you'll really enjoy listening to her. So again, thank you very much for listening.
Yep. Stay safe, kids.
Stay safe, and keep the faith. And again, I'm Nathaniel. I am at Film Hurts.
Yep. I'm Samael. I'm at SAMMAEAL.
And you can find us both at devils_AT. That's us on Twitter. Both on Facebook. We've got a Facebook page there as well, so come find us. And thank you very much. Good night and namaste.